Okay, so this course is going to be going over the Entity Framework Core, which is a plural site course by Julia Lerman. And this course is basically sort of introduction to Entity Framework Core. It's a beginning course. It's sort of like an overview, not going very deep into it. And basically what she's bringing up in this introduction to course is that Entity Framework Core is a newly completely rewritten version of Entity Framework that is created to better fit the .NET Core framework. It is a lightweight and extensible version of the popular Entity Framework data access technology. Although some features remain the same, but there are some new features to Entity Framework Core. Entity Framework is used to perform data access in our softwares, like we know. It basically evolved from 2008 when it came out, and the newest 6.0 version came in 2013, and then this 6.0 actually kept evolving as well. It is a ORM, which is an Object Relational Mapper, and so the newest version of .NET itself runs on Core CLR. So we have a new CLR, which is a Core CLR, which can be installed both on Windows and on different servers as well, computers. So basically, in the beginning, I think when .NET came out, they had this issue with Java, to where they got sued because they were saying that they pretty much copied the Java. So now, after all these years, I guess they feel comfortable enough to release or make it, .NET installable on all the platforms. So there are some features that are not coming to Entity Framework Core. The most important feature that's not coming is there will be no EDMX designer in Entity Framework Core. And I do know that in most recent versions and most recent type of development using the Entity Framework, the EDMX designer was not recommended to use. It was mostly used without it as a code first approach. And a lot of people think because there's no designer and it's called code first approach that we can't have existing database, which is incorrect. It's just that we need to sort of back engineer the way that we get the data tables from database to map. Of course, if you're starting a new application, there's no brainer database. Code first is way better. And then having no EDMX is a blessing, in my opinion. Working with EDMX and database first approach is just painful. With Entity Framework Core, we first define our domain model, which is typically with the most modern development. Back in the day we used to develop database tables first as our model and then develop the front, But I think more natural way to do it is to construct the main model, which is our classes that we need for the location, and then based on those we create our database. Database is only there to save kind of like a memory, So some of the new features that we have for Entity Framework Core is batch inserts, updates and deletes, which is cool. I never tried it. Unique constraints, smarter queries, smart disconnect patterns, and in-memory provider for testing, which I heard is great. So basically this is the intro, a little bit talking about what Entity Framework Core is, some benefits of it, and in the next video I'll actually start developing something and implementing EF Core.